Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to yet another edition of 5 Minutes with Phil. It is Tuesday, and I hope you're doing well. I hope that your week is going great, that it started out well, that it finishes well. We're glad that you're with us for 5 Minutes with Phil. Thanks for joining me to take a look at God's Word together. Hey, once in a while, I like to mention this. If you know somebody that could benefit from one of these, or all of them for that matter, send a link to them or tell them to like our 5 Minutes with Phil Facebook page. That's right, we have a Facebook page that has nothing but 5 Minutes with Phil. Check that out and lead them there. I think they would enjoy that. So, however way you can do it. Okay, now today I want to talk about just how awesome God really is and how amazing He is and what He's able to do. I think sometimes we get in our heads that one mistake by us or one action by another person against us is really enough to throw off the will of God for us or the plan of God. And I just need to remind us here today in the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 35, the book of Daniel tells us this, and I love it. I want to share this with you here today. Check this out, okay? Look at the screen. Daniel says this: all the people of the earth are nothing compared to him. He, meaning God, he does as he pleases among the angels of heaven and among the people of the earth. No one can stop him or say to him, "What do you mean by doing these things?" All right. All right. There's this teaching out there that seems to suggest, okay, that God can somehow be compelled or hindered by the words that I have to say to him or in my prayers. And to be quite honest with you, this verse tells me that God does whatever he wants to do up in heaven amongst the angels and on earth amongst all of us. God gets it done. God does his thing. And I especially want to tell those of us who, you know what, maybe we've made some mistakes along the way in our lives. We can look back and we're not really proud of our conduct, or we're not really proud of some of the things that we've done. And because of that, we think that God's will has been totally derailed because of our mistakes. God's way more powerful than my mistakes. God is way more powerful than the pain that somebody has caused me. Because somebody brought me pain, or maybe some situation brought me pain, okay, that does not mean that God's throwing his hands up in the air and say, "Oh no, now what am I going to do?" No. God's bigger than my pain. God is bigger than my plans. God's bigger than my mistakes. God's bigger than all of that. Maybe you're saying, "Well, boy, I really haven't raised my kids the way that I should. I've made some mistakes." Okay, first of all of us parents are guilty of that. Okay? None of us get it right all the time. And that doesn't mean that God can't do something special in your son or in your daughter. God does whatever he pleases in the heavens and in the earth, and there really is nothing that you can do or I can do that's going to derail God. There's nothing that I can do that's going to compel God's hand to do anything, because God is God. If God could be controlled, understand this, okay? If God could be controlled, then he would cease being God. Because one of the qualities of God is that he is all powerful. And there's nothing that can control him, and there's nothing that can harness him whatsoever. So if there was something that could somehow limit God, then that would make that thing more powerful than God, and that thing does not exist. So I want you to be encouraged today. Okay? God's got you, and God can work because of you, in spite of you, whatever, but he will do what he wants to do. And God's purpose and his plan for you is still active no matter what. All right? God bless you. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.